Shadows of Truth, Finding Light in Darkness During the Great Depression, written by Reuben White. Chapter 1, Shadows Descend. Dustwood, Kansas, was a town forgotten by time. It lay nestled among the rolling plains, a place where the whispers of a relentless drought mingled with the stifled cries of its inhabitants. The Great Depression had cast a long shadow over the land, leaving Dustwood trapped in a cycle of despair and decay. Emily Barnes stood on the porch of her family's farmhouse, her gaze fixed on the horizon where the sun dipped low, casting long shadows that stretched out across the dusty landscape. She was a young widow, her heart heavy with grief and the burden of responsibility. Since her husband's passing, Emily had become the sole caretaker of the Barnes farm, struggling to keep it afloat amidst the economic collapse that had gripped the nation. The fields lay barren, the crops withered and dry. It seemed as though no amount of sweat and toil could coax life back into the parched earth. But Emily refused to give up hope. With each passing day, she rose before dawn, her hands calloused from the endless work of tending to the land. She knew that her family's survival depended on her resilience, on her ability to endure in the face of adversity. But as the days grew shorter and the nights grew longer, a sense of unease settled over Dustwood like a shroud. It began with the disappearance of Jacob Turner, a neighbor and friend to Emily. Jacob had always been a pillar of the community, a man whose laughter could be heard echoing across the fields on warm summer evenings. But now he was gone, vanished without a trace. Whispers floated through the town like ghosts in the night. Some claimed to have seen strange lights flickering in the darkness, while others spoke of ominous figures lurking in the shadows. Emily couldn't help but feel a shiver of fear snake down her spine as she listened to the rumors swirling around her. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that seemed to stretch out into eternity, Emily found herself standing on the edge of Jacob's property. The air was heavy with the scent of impending rain, a storm brewing on the horizon. She approached the old barn cautiously, her heart pounding in her chest as she pushed open the creaking door. Inside, the air was thick with dust and cobwebs. The floorboards groaned beneath Emily's feet as she made her way further into the darkness. And then she saw it, a streak of crimson staining the wooden floor, stark against the muted light filtering in through the cracks in the walls. Emily's breath caught in her throat as she knelt beside the stain, her fingers trembling as she reached out to touch it. Blood, fresh and vivid against the withered wood. Panic clawed at Emily's chest as she realized the gravity of the situation. Jacob Turner was in trouble, and she was the only one who could save him. With a newfound sense of purpose, Emily rose to her feet and hurried back towards the farmhouse. She had to find help, had to rally the townsfolk to Jacob's aid before it was too late. For in the heart of darkness, amidst the shadows that threatened to consume them whole, lay the truth that would set Dustwood free. And Emily was determined to find it, no matter what it took. Chapter 2, The Dance of Shadows. The relentless Kansas sun had set, leaving behind a sky painted in hues of crimson and gold. Emily Barnes stood at the edge of her family's farm, the cool breeze offering a brief respite from the oppressive heat of the day. But her mind was far from at ease. With each passing moment, the mystery of Jacob Turner's disappearance weighed heavier on her heart. Determined to uncover the truth, Emily decided to delve deeper into the enigma that had engulfed Dustwood. She knew the journey ahead would be perilous, but she couldn't turn away. With a resolute stride, she made her way through the dimly lit streets of the town, shadows dancing at the edges of her vision. As she walked, Emily's thoughts turned to Thomas O'Connor, the troubled war veteran whose path had crossed hers amid the town's turmoil. There was something about Thomas that intrigued her, a haunted look in his eyes that mirrored the darkness she felt lurking within herself. She knew instinctively that he could be a valuable ally in her quest for answers. Arriving at Thomas's modest cabin on the outskirts of town, Emily hesitated for a moment before knocking on the door. The sound echoed through the silent night, and she held her breath, waiting for a response. After what seemed like an eternity, the door creaked open, revealing Thomas standing in the doorway, a flicker of surprise crossing his withered features. "Emily," he said, his voice rough with emotion. "What brings you here at this hour?" "I need your help, Thomas," Emily replied, her words tinged with urgency. "I'm trying to uncover the truth behind Jacob's disappearance, and I believe you can help me." Thomas regarded her for a moment, his gaze searching hers for any sign of deceit. Finding none, he stepped aside, gesturing for her to enter. As Emily crossed the threshold into the dimly lit cabin, she couldn't help but feel a sense of trepidation. She knew that delving into Dustwood's dark secrets would not be without its risks, but she was willing to face whatever dangers lay ahead. Seated at a weathered table in the center of the room, Emily and Thomas exchanged stories of their pasts, tales of loss and hardship that had shaped them into the people they are today. As the night wore on, they found solace in each other's company, a shared sense of purpose driving them forward in their quest for the truth. With the first light of dawn creeping over the horizon, Emily and Thomas set out into the town once more, their footsteps echoing in the empty streets. Together, they delved into Dustwood's dark secrets, unearthing buried resentments and hidden truths that threatened to tear the town apart at its seams. Their investigation led them to the heart of Dustwood's history, a tangled web of lies and deceit that stretched back generations. As they pieced together the puzzle, they uncovered a truth more sinister than either of them could have imagined, a truth that threatened to destroy everything they held dear. But Emily and Thomas refused to back down. With each revelation, their resolve only grew stronger, fueled by a shared determination to see justice served. As they faced down the shadows that lurked in the corners of Dustwood, they knew that their journey was far from over. For in the dance of shadows that enveloped the town, Emily and Thomas had found a glimmer of hope, a beacon of light amidst the darkness that threatened to consume them whole. And as they pressed forward, they knew that no matter what trials lay ahead, they would face them together, united in their quest for the truth. Chapter 3, Whispers of Betrayal. As the sun rose over Dustwood, casting its warm glow upon the town, Emily and Thomas found themselves ensnared in a web of betrayal and deception more intricate than they could have ever imagined. With each step closer to the truth, the shadows grew darker, threatening to swallow them whole. The previous night's revelations had left Emily and Thomas reeling, their minds spinning with the weight of the secrets they had uncovered. But there was no time for rest. The looming specter of danger urged them forward, driving them deeper into the heart of Dustwood's darkest secrets. Their first stop was the local saloon, a dimly lit establishment where rumors flowed as freely as the whiskey. As they entered, Emily's heart pounded in her chest, her senses on high alert for any sign of danger. But the saloon was eerily quiet, the patrons casting wary glances in their direction as they made their way to the bar. The bartender, a grizzled man with a face withered by years of hardship, eyed them with suspicion as they approached. "What'll it be?" he grunted, his voice rough with disinterest. "We're looking for information," Emily replied, her tone firm. "Anything you might know about Jacob Turner's disappearance." The bartender's eyes narrowed, and for a moment, Emily feared he might refuse to cooperate. But then, to her surprise, he leaned in closer, his voice barely above a whisper. "You ain't the first ones to come asking about Jacob," he said, his words tinged with bitterness. "And you won't be the last." As he spoke, Emily felt a chill run down her spine. It seemed that the mystery of Jacob's disappearance ran deeper than she had ever imagined, its tendrils reaching into every corner of Dustwood's tightly knit community. Leaving the saloon behind, Emily and Thomas continued their investigation, questioning anyone who might have information about Jacob's whereabouts. But with each passing hour, their sense of unease only grew stronger, as whispers of betrayal and deception echoed through the streets. It wasn't long before they found themselves face to face with the town's mayor, a formidable figure known for his iron grip on power. As they confronted him with their suspicions, his facade of authority crumbled, revealing the true depths of his corruption. But the mayor was not alone in his treachery. As Emily and Thomas soon discovered, others in Dustwood would stop at nothing to protect their secrets, even if it meant betraying their neighbors. As tensions escalated and the shadows closed in around them, Emily grappled with doubts and fears, unsure whom she could trust in a town rife with suspicion and desperation. But amidst the chaos, one thing remained clear: time was running out, and the shadow of danger loomed larger than ever before. With each passing moment, Emily and Thomas raced against time to unravel the mystery of Jacob's disappearance before it consumed them whole. For in the heart of Dustwood's darkest secrets lay the truth, a truth that could either set them free or seal their fate forever. Chapter 4, Echoes of Despair. The sun dipped low on the horizon, casting long shadows across the desolate streets of Dustwood. Emily and Thomas stood at the edge of town, their hearts heavy with the weight of the truth they had uncovered. As they gazed out into the darkness, a sense of foreboding washed over them, signaling the final chapter in their quest for justice. With each step forward, the truth emerged from the darkness, casting a chilling light on Dustwood's dark underbelly and the extent of the corruption within. It was a truth more sinister than either of them could have ever imagined, a truth that threatened to tear the town apart at its seams. Their investigation had led them to the heart of Dustwood's history, a tangled web of lies and deceit that stretched back generations. As they delved deeper, they uncovered a network of corruption that reached into every corner of the town, ensnaring even those they had once trusted. But amidst the chaos, Emily and Thomas remained resolute. With each revelation, their resolve only grew stronger, fueled by a shared determination to see justice served. They knew that the road ahead would be fraught with danger, but they refused to back down, knowing that the truth was worth fighting for. As they confronted those responsible for Jacob's disappearance, the facade of civility crumbled, revealing the true depths of Dustwood's darkness. The mayor, once a pillar of the community, stood before them, his hands stained with blood and his eyes filled with remorse. "It was never supposed to end like this," he whispered, his voice barely above a whisper. "But power has a way of corrupting even the most righteous of men." But the mayor was not alone in his guilt. As Emily and Thomas soon discovered, others in Dustwood had played a part in Jacob's disappearance, neighbors, friends, and even family members who had turned a blind eye to the truth. As the echoes of despair faded into the distance, Emily confronted the realization that the greatest danger may have been closer to home than she ever imagined. In a town where trust was scarce and betrayal was a constant threat, she had been forced to confront her own fears and doubts, unsure whom she could trust in a world consumed by darkness. But amidst the ruins of Dustwood, Emily stood tall, her spirit unbroken and her resolve unwavering. For in the face of adversity, she had learned that true courage lies not in the absence of fear, but in the strength to confront it head-on, even when the shadows threaten to consume us whole. As the sun rose over Dustwood once more, casting its warm glow upon the town, Emily knew that the journey was far from over. But she also knew that she would face whatever trials lay ahead with a newfound sense of purpose, knowing that she had fought for the truth and emerged stronger for it. And as she looked towards the future, she knew that no matter what challenges awaited her, she would face them with unwavering resolve, for in the end, it was the echoes of despair that had made her who she was, a survivor, a fighter, and a beacon of hope in a world consumed by darkness. Chapter 5, Shadows Fade. The dawn broke over Dustwood, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold as the town began to stir from the depths of its despair. Emily and Thomas stood at the heart of the once tormented community, their presence a beacon of hope amidst the lingering shadows of the past. As they surveyed the town, they could see signs of healing, neighbors coming together to rebuild what had been lost, a sense of unity blossoming where fear and suspicion had once reigned. In the aftermath of the revelations that had rocked Dustwood to its core, Emily and Thomas had emerged as leaders, guiding their fellow townsfolk toward a brighter future. Together, they worked tirelessly to mend the wounds of the past, their determination unwavering in the face of adversity. As they walked the streets of Dustwood, they could feel the weight of the town's collective grief lifting, replaced by a sense of optimism and renewal. It was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope could still shine through. But amidst the chaos of rebuilding, Emily found herself grappling with her inner demons. The events of the past weeks had taken their toll on her, leaving behind scars that ran deeper than any physical wound. She had faced betrayal and deception, confronted her fears and doubts, and emerged stronger for it. But the journey had not been without its costs. As she looked towards the future, Emily realized that true courage lay not in the absence of fear, but in the strength to confront it head-on. She had faced the darkness that had threatened to consume Dustwood whole and emerged victorious. And though the shadows of the past would always linger, they no longer held power over her. With each passing day, Emily found herself growing stronger, her resolve unwavering in the face of whatever challenges lay ahead. She knew that the road ahead would not be easy, but she also knew that she would face it with courage and determination, knowing that she had faced the darkness and emerged stronger for it. As the shadows faded into memory, Emily looked towards the future with a renewed sense of purpose. She knew that Dustwood would never be the same again, but she also knew that it had the strength to rebuild, rise from the ashes of its past, and forge a new destiny. And as she stood at the heart of the town she loved, surrounded by friends and neighbors who had become family, Emily knew that she had found her place in the world. For in the face of adversity, she had discovered the true meaning of courage, the strength to confront the shadows of the past and emerge into the light, ready to face whatever the future may hold. Epilogue. Shadows fade, the golden rays of the sun-bathed Dustwood in a warm embrace, casting a gentle glow over the town as it began to heal from the wounds of its past. Emily and Thomas stood at the heart of the once tormented community, their presence a beacon of hope amidst the lingering shadows of despair. In the aftermath of the turmoil that had gripped Dustwood, Emily and Thomas they had emerged as leaders, guiding their fellow townsfolk towards a brighter future. Together, they worked tirelessly to mend the fractures that had torn the community apart, their determination unwavering in the face of adversity. As they walked the streets of Dustwood, they could feel the town coming alive once more, its spirit renewed by a sense of optimism and renewal. Neighbors came together to rebuild what had been lost, their bonds strengthened by the trials they had faced together. But amidst the bustle of rebuilding, Emily found herself reflecting on the journey that had brought them to this moment. The events of the past weeks had tested her in ways she could never have imagined, pushing her to the brink of despair and back again. But through it all, she had discovered a strength within herself that she never knew she possessed. As the echoes of despair faded into the distance, Emily looked towards the future with newfound resolve. She knew that the road ahead would not be easy, but she also knew that she was ready to face whatever challenges lay in store. For she had faced the darkness that had threatened to consume Dustwood whole and emerged stronger for it. In the days that followed, Dustwood began to flourish once more, its scars serving as reminders of the resilience of its inhabitants. And though the shadows of the past would always linger, they no longer held power over the town. For in the end, it was the light of truth and courage that prevailed, illuminating the path forward for Dustwood and its inhabitants. As Emily stood at the heart of the town she loved, surrounded by friends and neighbors who had become family, she knew that she had found her place in the world. For in the face of adversity, she had discovered the true meaning of courage, the strength to confront the shadows of the past and emerge into the light, ready to face whatever the future may hold. As she looked towards the horizon, she knew that the journey was far from over, but she was ready to face it head-on, with courage, determination, and the unwavering belief that together they could overcome anything. Life lessons learned from Shadows of Dustwood. 1. Courage in the face of adversity. Throughout the story, Emily Barnes exemplifies the importance of courage in the face of adversity. Despite the overwhelming challenges of the Great Depression and the suspicious atmosphere of Dustwood, Emily refuses to succumb to fear. Instead, she bravely takes on the task of uncovering the truth behind Jacob Turner's disappearance, demonstrating that true courage lies in confronting obstacles head-on, even when the odds seem insurmountable. 2. The power of resilience. Emily's resilience in the face of hardship serves as a powerful reminder of the strength of the human spirit. Despite being a young widow struggling to maintain her family farm amidst economic collapse and environmental devastation, Emily refuses to give up. Her determination to persevere through the toughest of times teaches us that resilience is key to overcoming life's challenges and achieving success. 3. The importance of seeking truth. Emily's decision to investigate Jacob Turner's disappearance, despite warnings from her neighbors, underscores the importance of seeking truth and justice. In a town plagued by rumors and suspicion, Emily's commitment to uncovering the facts serves as a beacon of hope, reminding us that seeking the truth is essential for healing and moving forward, even when it may be difficult or dangerous. 4. The value of friendship and trust. Emily's partnership with Thomas O'Connor highlights the importance of friendship and trust in times of crisis. Despite their differences, Emily and Thomas form a strong bond based on mutual respect and shared goals. Their collaboration demonstrates that trusting others and working together can lead to greater success than going it alone, emphasizing the value of building meaningful connections with those around us. 5. The dangers of deception and betrayal. As Emily and Thomas delve deeper into Dustwood's secrets, they encounter deception and betrayal from unexpected sources. Their experiences serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of placing blind trust in others and the importance of remaining vigilant in the face of manipulation and deceit. By exposing the truth and confronting those who seek to deceive, Emily and Thomas remind us to be wary of false appearances and to always question the motives of those around us. 6. The healing power of justice. In the end, the revelation of the truth brings about a sense of closure and healing for Dustwood. By confronting the mastermind behind the conspiracy and holding them accountable for their actions, Emily and Thomas pave the way for the town to move forward and rebuild. Their pursuit of justice demonstrates that healing can only truly begin once the truth is brought to light, reaffirming the importance of upholding principles of fairness and accountability in society. 7. Hope for the future. Despite the darkness that once plagued Dustwood, Emily and Thomas emerge from their ordeal with a renewed sense of hope for the future. Their resilience, courage, and commitment to seeking truth serve as an inspiration to their fellow townsfolk, reminding them that even in the darkest of times, there is always the possibility of a brighter tomorrow. As Dustwood begins to heal and rebuild, Emily and Thomas look towards the future with optimism, knowing that they have overcome the shadows of the past and emerged stronger for it. If you are enjoying the Mystery Within channel, feel free to hit the subscribe, follow, or like buttons for future updates.